You remember in the Bible when people were fighting because of a child, the true owner of the child said, keep the child. The person that is supposed not to be the mother said, let's cut the child into two. Now, by the time you want to take a decision that if this thing is not for me, it should not for anybody else, remember that someday your own children might need that same thing. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me. I want to appreciate everyone seated. A little bit of who I am. I'm Dr. Adeniyi Ojikutu. My story happens to be from University of Lagos to Computer Village. Who has heard of Computer Village before? Who has heard of Computer Village before? I'm not saying if you have been there. Have you heard about it before? Now, let me tell you, that's why your phone keeps having problem. You see reason why I'm saying Now, you can imagine when people are graduating from university, the best university in Africa for that matter, University of Lagos. And my friends are going to the banks, some are going to the oil and gas industry, and I waka jeje into Computer Village like 22 years ago. And I give glory to God that God has been faithful, and life itself is a journey. We are talking about fresh starts. Life itself is a journey. And the implication is that there is, maybe the Christians will say you have a call, that everybody has a calling. Abi? Am I right? That there is a reason why God has said that you have to be somewhere, and the reason is maybe the reason why you are there is for a purpose. Maybe they have theology around connecting purpose and call and all that. But to me, maybe it's those things that I say that I've gained my relevance. I've not worked under anybody, I say, working in a structured environment. But I tell you that it's rare, maybe in terms of ministers, governors. I have people that have directors, people in the industry sector that rely on me for solutions up to this time. How have I gotten to that level? So if somebody is working and the person is rising in banking industry, I give glory to God that I'm rising in my private stripe as an entrepreneur. Now, I rose to become from a boy that used to wear a big boot on the street of Computer Village to become the president of Computer Village. And Computer Village, for your information, is the largest ICT hub in Africa in terms of concentration of solution providers, wares, product, services, and stakeholders in a hub. Now, if this is the largest and I have happened to rise to lead that hub, I think there is, I've not been in the banking, I've not been in oil and gas, but I've been there. And why should I feel happy? Okay, from Computer Village, I did my master's because after university, I served around there. I was already in Computer Village before NYSC. So I went to serve outside Lagos, up and down. I continued my life to become the president. And from that Computer Village, I did my master's. From Computer Village, I did my PhD. By the grace of God, I'm going to become a professor around Computer Village. Now, that story is very funny. If you know theory a lot, I think we know theories now. We know empirical analysis. We have philosophical brain. We have logic brain. We have a lot of analytic skills now. Now we have technology knowledge. Now we have the greatest, the street university. We are streetwise. So if this has been my trajectory, and everybody, I am in a room with maybe a lot of people, and people are standing up and say, this is what I do, this is, and I come and tell you, I represent Computer Village. It's somehow because there is, plus and minus name associated with that brand. You understand what I'm saying? But even with that negativity around it, that people, because we didn't have a structured environment to be able to help us watch or clean that negativity around, the Computer Village, hustle and bustle, to a positive one. If it were to be a structured corporate environment, that will have been paying, PR companies to, turn it to a positive one. However, Computer Village is the largest zone whereby IT solutions are provided every day in Africa. So either you like it or not, it's a solution center. So at this point, I don't want to say my story so deep. I'll be going there. Let me look at that slide, and that can help me to navigate better. The purpose of this speech is just to probably intimate us on challenges and things that we need to do when it comes to being a better entrepreneur. There will be challenges. And I told you my trajectory. While I was moving out of Computer Village to do politics, I went to contest, blah, blah, blah. I was running the association, Abuja today, Dubai tomorrow, Hong Kong next tomorrow, representing the market, living my own business. Was the even the experience I have as the president of Computer Village is making me run away from mainstream politics now. Before I can contest for anything, I have a minimum amount of acquisition I will have done. Do you know why? The reason is that's why I pity people when they are like, they want to contest, they want to do politics. You become poorer, no matter how. And if you want to be extremely greedy, you will land in troubles. We are not saying anybody should not do politics. We are not saying do it. Even with this local government autonomy, EFCC should better go and get more personnel. No, because the truth is that it's better for you. What politics is for humanitarian services and solution provision, and that is how we should say it. If I was telling somebody that if I make up my mind that I have personal things that I've gained, maybe I've really, because the mentality I have, I'm sorry to say, I have a normal Igbo mentality when it comes to business. I want to make money. As I'm working here, I have deliveries to do to some people, like maybe 2 million naira. Is the profit that is on my mind is even distracting me as I'm here. Now, if that is my orientation, you will now tell me to go and leave Computer Village, to now go to Alausa and go and sit down as an essay. Doing what? And I know I don't know how to steal money. And if I want to doubt myself, I was Computer Village president, people will be collecting money from someone like, I know Ojikutu. Just tell him that you want to do insurance of Computer Village. If we do insurance for everybody in Computer Village, we have about 25,000 ecosystem. Anybody that is into insurance or banking will understand figures. 25,000 ecosystem. So even if we do it for 11,000 people, so they want to get to know me. People will be, lobbying people to come and meet me. So at the end of the day, but even if somebody needs me, I cannot even collect a Coke, a bottle of drink from you, not to talk of fake, say I want to collect bribe. I'm wired for business. So if I'm wired for business, I know that going to leadership would going into leadership will be wasting my energy, wasting my time, wasting my productive time. So therefore, we must understand that starting up, I learned my bitter lesson being Computer Village president. We had an issue, Yoruba-Igbo dichotomy. And thank God I have elderly Yoruba people that were able to advise me. I'm not supposed to be saying this now because it's supposed to be in my book. But I'll, hint it out. I have elderly people that were able to advise me. Computer Village had a problem. Somebody was president for 12 years. The younger generation said they wanted a change. I was one of the people that led, the change movement because I felt we did unionism in school. We, we're making money so early. The house I'm living now, I built it, I'm 40-something, maybe I'm 46 this month. The house I'm living now, I built it maybe when I was 27. And that's the house I'm still living. That means it's still trending or still a house I can live. Even while I have other houses, I still consider the house good enough. That is to say that at 27 years old, that is to say that we should understand that a good name, is always very important. Yoruba-Igbo dichotomy in Computer Village, when somebody was 12 years a president, the younger generation felt we needed change. When our own generation came, we were now like, okay, we don't want them. The Igbos now said they don't have an issue. They wanted a rotational presidency. We're like, okay, what is there? Is an association, blah, blah, blah. If you say this in front of 10 Yorubas, they might not agree. It's a very debatable topic, but I can say it because if anybody fights me in Lagos, if anybody fights me in this Lagos, I'm not saying elsewhere, I'm equally as qualified a Lagosian as any other person. I say it again. So if I have an opinion, even on the Nigerian subject, I stand with my opinion. I stand with my opinion. And the truth is that because I'm not just a business person, I'm scholarly. So if I say it and I put thesis and I'm standing by it, come and argue it. Now, Igbo Yoruba dichotomy in Computer Village, people should help me thank God that I had people that were advising me. Now, what happened? When we agreed that, okay, we should do rotational presidency, okay, Igbos have not been president, okay, Ashibi is just the president. While Yorubas were the president, Igbos were vice. Igbos were secretary. Igbos were the FinSec. Out of 3 signatories, 2 Igbos can sign, 1 president, which is Yoruba, can sign. Which some people say, that is too bad, that you should not allow 2 Igbos to sign. But you know that human beings are political animals. And the truth is that even within the Igbos, there will be discrimination. Even in Ogun State, they have 3 senatorial districts. Out of those 3 senatorial districts, the Ogun Central and Ogun East has been rotating governorship over 40 years. Ogun West has not, which is the Iyewas and the Aworis. Is that not my generalization? If you come to Yoruba Nation, you remember Akitola and Awolowo. Yoruba land was divided. In the north, there were division. As long as God has created us, the principle that will bring progress is equity and justice. Now, when we now had that issue, somebody now advised me that, Ojikutu, if you want your name to be in gold, the Yoruba people might not like your stand that, okay, there should be progress together. But explain to them. I now said, I will not use my own father's name to go and say Igbo cannot be president. That you can use your own father's name. You can use your God saved me. God saved me. Because what the interpretation would have been is that Ojikutu truncated and he betrayed the Igbos. Now, some people now had a solution. They now said they wanted the Iyaloja. Now, they now went to have an Iyaloja. That Iyaloja now, both educated Yoruba, both educated Igbo, nobody has chance to become a leader of that market. So when issue arises, we should understand that we should not think that, okay, if you remember in the Bible, when people were fighting because of a child, the true owner of the child said, keep the child. The person that is supposed not to be the mother said, let's cut the child into two. Now, by the time you want to take a decision that if this thing is not for me, it should not for anybody else, remember that someday your own children might need that same thing. So now, because they didn't want progress, collective progress, we were not able to achieve succession. We are not able to achieve progress collectively. So now they are under something they can't even control. So therefore, I was able to save my name. Another knowledge is that when people want to use you for a bad job, decline or abstain. Look at what happened. Who here agrees that former President Babangida is a Maradona or is a wise man? Who agrees? Maradona. People call him Maradona. Thank you, sir. Now, as Maradonic as he is, do you know that he cannot get his own name out of the mess that he landed himself, allowing himself to be used to truncate June 12. So when people want to use you, remember that is your own father's name. It was Yoruba people in this Lagos that advised me that Ojikutu, don't allow your father's name to be used for a dirty job. And today, I don't use Oddly, I don't use Emopole, I'm as free as I can live from here to anywhere, because I believe I don't have anything that I'm owing anybody. I've not hurt anybody's feeling, and I'm as clean as, I can be as a normal human being. So therefore, if there are challenges in Nigeria, how do you survive yourself as a business person? You have to be very resilient. There are three things that a business person must know. You must be very adaptable. You must be very innovative. And people that work with you, you must treat them well. I should say it again. That's not part of my slide. That's from my head. So, but that my slide, I want everybody to have. Please. Adaptability, innovativeness, and empathetical with people that works with you. If you have those three things, it is Gary Ahmed that said it in his book, The Future of Management. Let's write that book. I know people don't have time to read, but you can look at it, listen to it on YouTube. Listen to it on YouTube. Gary Ahmed, The Future of Management. Just listen to it while you are driving or when you have your time. Those three things are the future of management or any business. Being innovative, let me quickly explain. There are three things to future of management. Gary Ahmed said in his book, number one, he said you must be adaptable, you must be innovative, and you must be empathetical to your staff. Let's now do adaptability. You can imagine what Nigeria has gone through in the last 1 year in terms of galloping trend, in terms of inflation, in terms of unpredictability of variables and factors that determine prices. Now, as a business, either as a startup or as a business of going concern, what you should do is that you should adapt your strategy you should adapt your mind to change your principle, your style every day. So when you see that there is a change in terms of possibilities, you readjust your plan today. Tomorrow, if there is change, you adopt, you change, so that you will be adapting with the very fluctuating occurrence. If not, the tide will sweep you away and you'll be out of business. Don't let me break it down. Number 2, you have to be innovative. That innovation is that there are trends that are happening to business. The taxi people, they are out of business. The people that are making fake CDs, you remember the trouble that people ask. Is anybody chasing them again? Why? Because they are out of business. So, and a lot of things. People that were selling TM Luane. Who remembers? When I go, do you remember? Look at the design. Look at the design Honorable Teslim is wearing. Look at that African print. Look at Auntie, that is a consultant. Now, what we are saying is that, look at my own design as well. Does this look like a foreign cloth? Because the trend, look at our moderator. Everybody, please look at her. You can imagine, I'm bribing her to get 2 more minutes. So you can imagine that the trends are changing. Nigerians, Africans are changing away from wearing the foreign clothes to wearing their own. So at that point, what I will advise is that if you're a fashion person, you now look inward to provide new solutions, Nigerian solution for Nigerian people in terms of clothing. What did I call the last one? Empathetical leadership. Empathetical leadership is that you must make sure that you work with your staffs like they are your friends. I should come again. You should work with your staffs like they are your friends. You should not work with people as if anytime anybody that is a member of staff is coming to work and they are feeling like they are going for a calculus class on a Monday morning. Who has ever felt that? Have you ever felt that you are going for thermodynamics class on a Monday morning? Do you know the way it rings in the mind that, maybe all the maths lecturers or the engineering lecturers are always very bad people. I can't tell. Or statistics lecturers. The way you feel, the moment your staffs begin to feel like that coming to work is not in tandem with the new method of business leadership. So everybody must allow, companies now, they allow people to do TikTok inside the office. It doesn't concern us. Let me now round this story up. Now, do you know that the IT guys, somebody told me this story, he has worked in the bank for over 24 years. And he told me different banks at the highest level. Do you know what he said? He said the highest paid people are now their IT guys. Look at our photographer. Look at his hair. Please turn. Their ears are longer than this times 3. And they will be the one to interview them. And when they interview them, they will tell them, by the time they say they are offered, the money they are collecting, them, they are already orgas. They are management staff, directors and all that. Maybe they have held a region and all that. That they will be negotiating times 3 of their own salary to pay to people that are just starting work. That is not enough. Those boys will now give them, and girls, they will now be giving the bank condition that, number 1, they will have to come and pick me and I will come 2 times in a week, and I will close 1 o'clock. At the remaining, I'll work in my house. Do you agree or you do not? If you say you don't agree, they will say they are fine. They will go to another bank. So it is them. They can even say they will give them to oddly save. Anything they want shall be working for us. Look at this here. It's short, though. So these boys, and the point is that now you don't have a choice as an employer because you need to have the best brain. To this end, I want to say that these 3 things, we should hold them tight: innovation, empathetical leadership, and what adaptability. If we have this, Our start will be every day, and every day is a new beginning. Let's take it serious. God bless you.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Please, let's give me a round of applause, please. That was not enough. There's endless opportunities. And funny thing, you think your career might not merge with another field. Have you found out? Have you checked the intersection? Have you done a skills gap? Please, let's be resilient. Please, let's give a round of applause again to our delectable speaker. Yes, so there is a question here, and I want him to answer. I don't know, is he here? Okay. Somebody asked that what are the things that inspired you in achieving all your goals? What are the things that inspired you in achieving your goals? Yes, sir, you can come forward. What inspired you to achieve your goals?
The truth of the matter is, every challenge makes you a stronger person. When I had, the challenge about the dichotomy in Computer Village, and some people that I felt should understand based on my standpoint were not there. The moment people are hating on you, the moment people believe you cannot achieve it, that should be, every criticism should be a propeller for you to achieve. Do you know that my PhD, I was working it hard. I will have finished 2 years, 7 months. That was fast, how fast I was. But because the school now said, Ojikutu, you've now completed 6 semesters. No, it's not possible. That is why I stayed 3 years, 10 months, or 11 months, almost 4 years. If not, I would have finished earlier because I was turning out my research as fast as possible. Where did I research? I researched my sector. The propeller that was making me put effort. After I leave the office every day, I go to study, till 12 a.m. for 4 years, for almost 4 years, 3 years, 10 months. Do you know the propeller? The propeller is, I felt that people were not appreciating me enough. Then I needed to be better at what I do. So while I was seeing people hate on me or saying that this guy is on too much, you don't become president, they go higher. Even if I post these pictures, they will look at where did he see this fine baby again? And they will know that I'm just fortunate to have the privilege to stay with the, so that is what you do every day. Today now is a day for you to still propel. So sometimes one will want to feel that resentment, like you want to feel tired. But knowledge and learning and relearning will make it look fresh. Now, I want to say this. I'm so sorry, and I don't want any other question, so that I won't take time. Do you know the issue? The issue is that these days, people are running into depression, even people that are doing well, because the issue of social media and everything, make believe. Look at now, the camera is taking us. Tomorrow, somebody will see me and her will be like, Ojikutu, what program has he gone for this guy? Are we not in comfortably together? Don't bother yourself. That's this person's race. Your own race is different. The issue is, come to seminars like this, meet new people. Make sure every month you get involved. Don't waste your own time. So that out of so many things you do, God will give you fulfillment in one. Out of so many things you do, after PhD, I went to, can I open? The cameras are here, Chineke. Hope you are not live. Are you live? Look at my hair. It's parting. And why? Because I went to coding class after PhD, after 45 years old. I went to coding class. I was having young people, 21, 18, as my colleagues. So, and if not for official things, I will leave my hair because I'm their friend. You can imagine, my children are in my class, in coding class. Sometimes they will be the one to teach me because it's tough for my brain. But they understand faster. So now imagine, I have reduced my thinking from being close to 50 back to like 20. So you won't get tired of life easily. But the moment you can believe I am at a point, I'm too old. Look at Auntie, she just stood up. She's already a grown-up and she's here with us. So don't believe you are too old or you are beyond the class, continue to mingle, continue to have things positively. I tell you, God will give you fulfillment. Don't do it for money most of the time. While you are doing it, money will come. God bless you all.
Thank you very much for that response. In fact, it was really amazing. There's still so much for us to learn today, and I just want to remind us of what he said. The Bible even also states it that we should continually renew our minds, right? And in the multitude of counsel, there is safety. So you cannot just feel like you're an island of your own. Oh, I know everything. You cannot correct me. You cannot do this. And do not also feel pressured by what you see online. For example, if you are very active on LinkedIn, you see people post, hey, I made my first $5,000 today. How I made my first 20. If you feel pressured by that, I'm telling you, you feel like nothing good can come out of you. So what do you have to do? Just keep at your own pace, right? If you need to do some things right, do it right and do it better.